just ask that you adopt the ordinance, and that would allow the guys to, for example, when this might come up, let's say it's a traffic stop, and it's a traffic stop for speeding, and they ultimately find a small amount of marijuana. Instead of that going to district court, then I can just prosecute it here, and then fines, court costs, everything stays within the city, which in our opinion, as it should, because it's our guys out there doing the work. Yes.
The other side of that, it gives us another option rather than arresting everybody for misdemeanor, Class B misdemeanors. We do that for other Class B misdemeanors within the city: driving suspended, driving without a license, driving while your license is suspended. So this allows us to issue a citation with the traffic stop, so that we don't have to arrest everybody we come in contact with that has misdemeanor possession.
Right, and when it says a citation, what we would call a ticket, it actually has a place on there for it to be marked misdemeanor, and it's called a notice to appear, and they just put the court date on there and says you have to show up to court at that time. For some reason they don't, they take other action otherwise, yes.
So currently, without this being passed, we have to haul somebody into jail?
He arrests them, they do a full long form report, and it goes to the county attorney, and the county attorney files charges. Yeah.
But if we had it, they would get a ticket.
They can, the officer has a choice. They can arrest him as, it's completely their choice. They can arrest him, or they can give them a citation notice to appear to come for municipal court. In the past, our officers have arrested for every misdemeanor, driving while suspended, everything you can think of. Lately, at sort of, I guess, they've passed me. I mean, if it's a local person, I don't see a need to necessarily arrest them, just to make them go through that process. It's easier sometimes just to bring them to court and deal with them there, rather than use our resources up there. So that's kind of the thinking there. It's up completely officer discretion. If the person, for whatever reason, they think he's arrested, they'll do that.
And the threshold on the top would be like with intent to sell or something? Send it over to the county?
Yes, yes. Or if for some reason it comes to me and I run a criminal background check and they have, let's say, 2 or 3 priors, then immediately it's a felony and I can still send it to the county attorney and then he'll prosecute it as a felony. Same thing now, if I get a DUI and I found out the person has 3 priors, then I just send it off to him and it has to be filed as a felony up there.
Are a lot of those that in the past that have been taken to district court, have they made it to district court?
They've made it to court. Lately, there's not a lot of convictions in district court. So a lot of dismissals. So yes, they do make it to court, but not a lot of convictions. In my opinion, I guess if it's a law and it's broken, then they need to get a conviction. So that's kind of my philosophy. I do always, and I will plan to do the same program that I do for others. If it's a first-time domestic battery, first-time DUI, first-time just about anything, I do offer a diversion, and I will plan to still do that with these. They have to pay extra money, they have to go through a diversion program and kind of jump through some hoops, but I still plan to do that with this as well.
How prevalent is the marijuana?
That's a question for Dave.
We're running into a lot of small amounts now. Basically personal use is why, it's a Class B now instead of a Class A. We're wasting a lot of taxpayer money, babysitting them at the jail, feeding them, all that stuff till they bond out or whatever. It would make our jobs a lot easier if we could write it a citation along with the traffic stop. It would streamline the process, and then the city sees the benefit of that as well.
And just, I guess, for clarification, in case anybody thought, oh, this is like Wichita, it's not. Wichita has basically had an election to completely decriminalize marijuana, where marijuana is a $50 fine, it's not a misdemeanor, it's nothing. That's not what we're doing. This will still be a misdemeanor and still be a serious thing, so this is different than that. This is simply adopting state law as a city ordinance so that we as a city can prosecute the state law.
The dollar figures that you have,
Yes.
200,000 and then 2,200, 2,500?
Yes.
Are those also based off of the Abilene, or was that a?
Yes, actually, the $200 did come actually directly from Abilene, the minimum, and which I thought was reasonable because that is the minimum, or as you see on there, you know, for an 18-year-old having alcohol is $200, so, and that's my stat, that's in our little code book, that's set by the city, so I thought the $200 minimum seems reasonable, and then the maximums are there, just the statute, which we have 99% of the time, they are fine with the minimum.
So Katie, in simple terms, I mean, it's basically just changing where it's processed at.
Yep.
Really, I mean,
Yep.
it's kind of closing the loop a little bit, you know, it's our police force doing the work, and then we are, taking care of the end result. And if there is a fine and it stays here as well, you know, if not, then it goes to.
The other side of that, it frees up the county attorney to work the felony cases versus having to waste time processing our misdemeanors as well. So everybody kind of wins.
I haven't discussed with the county attorney, I believe Dave has, and he probably heard some positive things.
He's in favor of it.
Anything to do more work, I guess.
I think it makes sense to deal with our problem in our community and take care of it at our level. So moved.
Been moved by Councilman Graybill that we approve ordinance 1212. Is there a second? Second by Councilman Ponto. Is there any further discussion? Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda this evening, informal actions, is adopting the 2018 state budget. Moved by Councilman McMillan that we approve the 2018 state budget. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Miller. Any further discussion? No further discussion. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda this evening is the sale of lots to Lesage Designs LLC. Any questions for staff? Nothing's changed since our discussion in our last meeting, has it?
No, sir. So basically, just on the contract, that was kind of the solution we came up with that 4,800 if it's not by October 1st, and then that would get it back to that wholesale price. I think a couple things to clarify too is based on that, kind of incentivized to pay, you get a house bill 45 days, that's the deal. If not, it's back to that 85-cent price, which again, would take care of the street and the poles and the electric that was extended to each one of those, plus some. And in this case, we're not, with all these, it sounds, I hate to use the word, we're waiving property taxes, the assessment, sorry. We are waiving some of, actually, this is the people that.
Well, they're already factored in the price.
Exactly, they're factored in the price, so it's 60, it sounds like that, because some are gonna have more, some are gonna have less, based on, because remember, we just kind of smeared it evenly across the whole thing. A lot of it's that street, where sometimes you got $18 under the street assessment on the corner lot, but yeah.
I did have one question. The way the language is in the third part, it says, should the seller fail to commence construction by October 1st, he shall be responsible for payment on lot 3, block 7, but it does not mention lot 4, block 7.
That's correct, because let's say he would have to, if that doesn't happen, then that gets him to about 20,800, which again gets you to that number
Okay.
of.
Yeah.
So because
It
of
just
the way
worked
it's
out that
done,
there was about 4,800.
Okay, I'm just
It was
making sure.
Easier, that way I can just tell the county, okay, just assess on this particular lot, so.
just wanted to make sure about that.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter then if the house straddles, it doesn't affect anything, because we're basically uniting the lots for purposes of.
No, the county has to still have them split.
Okay.
Once he has a house on there, if he wants to go through the process of formally, then he can, but no, I mean, most people.
I'm just
Yeah.
checking.
That was my own
Been moved by Councilman McMillan that we approve the sale of the lots to Lesage Design LLC. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Graybill. Any further discussion? Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same.
I fearful of the repercussions from it.
Okay. Thank you. Motion carried. Next item on the agenda this evening is the CDBG demo and rehab contracts. Questions for staff or?
Yes, so again, just for clarification, this was a resolution last time that the contract also takes us to be a formal action, so we didn't get that done right.
I move that we approve the contract for the CDBG contract for the PDs.
Motion's been made by Councilman Miller to approve the CDBG demo and rehab contracts. Have a second? Second by Councilman Luttrell. Any further discussion? Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carried. Next item on the agenda is the voting delegates to the league. Anybody,
So Mandy and I are going.
Yeah,
I don't know if anybody else is coming.
I'll go.
Billy's going? Okay.
I cleared it with my boss.
Yeah. I haven't yet, but.
I mean, my wife.
We figured that.
Either that or Tony.
Right.
well, those of us that are married knew what you was talking about.
Yeah.
We're in business together, but we're not that close.
Is anyone else interested?
I'm interested in going, but I'm willing to go in this spot or something.
You just delegate?
Well, I think somebody that's actually going to be paying attention.
So Mandy? Yeah, I mean, we just have two as the primary, two as the alternate. It's not a big, we can do Lee and Matt. It's a primary since they're elected official. Maybe they can be alternate.
Entertain a motion with that.
So moved.
It's moved by Councilman Monto that we appoint Lee McMillan and Mandy Lumax as our delegates to the leading municipalities, our voting delegates. Second?
Do we also need to have the two alternates listed in that?
I think that's what they added.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, you can just.
Be the alternates, okay. Who's the alternates?
Matt and Jason.
Well, I thought, okay, let's back up a second. I thought Lee was the voting delegate.
Yeah, I think Lee and Matt.
And Matt
then
are, and
Mandy
then you
I.
and Mandy, okay.
Sure. That way Lee and Matt have to get it.
Oh, so the motion, the voting delegates are
Good job,
Lee
Jason.
and Matt, and the alternates are Jason and Mandy. Do I have a second?
Yeah.
So moved.
Second by Councilman Miller. Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carries. East Main Project retaining wall.
Yes.
This year, Jason?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Just let me get it. All right, I have it pulled up. All right, okay. So I kind of included some pictures in your packet, which hopefully you can kind of make some heads or tails of them there a little bit. But I'm sure if you've driven along, you kind of see some of the areas that, again, we're kind of tied in. Obviously, the street's one elevation. With the sidewalk, we're restricted by ADA, to be compliant with that, to certain grades and percentage slopes and those things. And then the kind of the third thing that's playing in here is some of those driveways, which we kind of work to flatten out some of those and do make them a little bit more livable through there. So kind of in the end, we still have about 5 tricky spots along that north side that, again, could you grade it? Would it be really steep? Yes. Would it be livable, mowable, maintainable? That would be a lot more challenging for some people. It might cause, removal of another tree or two, to make it that way, which wouldn't be desirable. So again, here's kind of some of the, this is one spot. Here's another spot. Again, you can see kind of, how steep that is. And so, as we've talked before, you can go and imagine kind of along here, you can't really see out here, this area, would be kind of this small retaining wall. We're not talking anything huge, we'll get into the details here in a second, but, you know, just a small retaining wall to help give us something to slope into that's not so dramatic. Instead of having to come all the way down to the sidewalk here, you're maybe coming all the way down to here, you know, so you're coming up, you know, a foot or two or something in some of those spots, and we'll get into that here in a second. This is kind of further up from here, or no, I'm sorry, this is up here. Again, another spot trying to get it not quite so steep. And the pictures don't probably do it as much justice. Here's another spot, again, that's